Hi, welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Real sense of frustration building up at the moment amongst the fans. They still haven't seen the signing that we all want to see come in. And you know what, I was chatting to Chris Hudson, the guy who done that famous interview here on Arsenal Fan TV yesterday, and he's like, Rob, you know what, I want to give him the board a chance. I want them to prove me wrong, but at the moment I'm still frustrated. I'm still seeing all the same things that I've seen from last season. It's really hard to be patient at the moment. I suppose we do have to be patient because these are big deals apparently that we're trying to get across the line, but it's so frustrating at the moment. We can see that the season is only like a week away. And remember, the start of the season, Liverpool at home, Leicester away, first two games. If you're not on the ball, you could start those first two games off, you know, -6 points. So we've really got to, you know, get our act together. A couple of signings would give the team such a boost, and we just haven't seen it happening yet. News today that Arsenal, and I think I sort of mentioned this yesterday, news today that Arsenal board have said to Arsene Wenger, listen, the money's here. It's going to be expensive this summer. The money's here. And the deals that they're trying to get done, the Alexander Lacazette one, we know that Arsenal went in with a bid of £29.3 million, which was rejected. We've heard that Arsenal have been looking at going back in with £35 million, but Lyon want up to about £40 million. Probably going to have to meet in the middle there somewhere. It's overpriced, it's inflated, but that's what it is. If you want to get it done, we're going to have to spend over the odds. And if the board are saying the money's there, let's get it done. Same with the Mustafi deal. Now, the Mustafi deal, apparently, Arsenal, you know, was looking at paying about something between 15 to 20 million pounds. We're being told that Valencia are saying, you know what, you want the man? He's got years left on his contract. 25 million pounds. Again, if we want it done, we're going to have to pay the rate. There's no way around it this season. It's just how it is. The prices are inflated. When you see Paul Pogba, a midfielder, not a goal-scoring player, quality player, don't get me wrong, but £100 million, you realise how overinflated the whole market is. It's absolutely ridiculous at the moment. 30 million is last year's 20 million, 40 million, and 50 million is, you know, last year's what, 35 million. I mean, you're going to have to pay the rate right now. Julian Draxler, who was heavily linked yesterday with a move to Arsenal, he literally came out yesterday and said, I want to move from Wolfsburg. I've told him I want to go. You know, he came out in the Bild newspaper and made it very public. I want out. Wolfsburg have come back and they've said, listen, we don't care if you're saying you want out. We've got you under contract and you ain't going nowhere. Your release clause doesn't kick in until next season and you are not for sale. Everton apparently was one of the clubs that have shown a lot of interest in trying to sign him. Again, shows you about the market, shows you that at the moment clubs have got loads of money, that Everton can be interested in a player that's been rumoured to be, the cost will be about £50 million. The preference for Draxler we're reading is Arsenal. Do Arsenal want Draxler, especially in this transfer window? It'd be very, very difficult to get done. It looks like Draxler could possibly stay unless Arsenal go in there with a really aggressive offer that Wolfsburg would be unable to refuse. Is Draxler what we require right now as well? You know, he's 22, so he's going to command a big fee, but Wolfsburg at the moment saying, listen, Julian Draxler is not for sale at any cost and we don't have to sell him. We have to wait and see what happens with that. Riyad Mahrez. Rumours yesterday that he's coming out of Algeria, that his brother said he's leaving the club. After the friendly game yesterday against Barcelona in Sweden, he apparently left the stadium without saying anything to journalists when asked about the question. He's, you know, he could quite flat come out and say, listen, I'm staying at Leicester, I'm not going anywhere. He may do that eventually, but he's definitely pondering his future. Could he end up at Arsenal? Again, this would be the sort of marquee signing that Arsenal fans would love to see. But could it happen? Again, it's still boiling under. It's still a source of frustration. If you think about those deals, if you said Mahrez, what, 50 million? 40 million, say. Let's say Mahrez, 40 million, Lacazette, 40 million, and then throw in another, say, 25 million for Mustafi. That's 105 million pounds. Unprecedented amount of money that Arsenal would have spent, and that's not including Granit Xhaka. I've forgotten about him. So that'd be like 140 million pound outlay, but Arsenal do have it. They didn't spend any money, hardly any money in the last transfer windows. So why not? Now this next player, he was linked before, and I was like, surely not. He's been linked again today, Johnny Evans. Now, the rumours are, according to a couple of newspapers, that Arsenal sent a scout to watch him on Monday, and, you know, the rumours are flying around again about Johnny Evans. When I spoke to Gazidis, he said he wants an experienced defender. I'm hoping this is not the guy he's talking about. I don't know. I think it's a bit of a stir-up with the way this has been written. Why would Arsenal need to send scouts to watch Johnny Evans? I'm sure they know everything about him from watching him week in, week out in the Premier League. So I don't know if there's anything in that one, but he's been linked again today. And finally, David Ospina has apparently pledged his future to Arsenal. Has apparently said, I don't want to be sold. I want to stay at Arsenal, which for me would be fantastic news. You know my views on it right throughout the season. I was saying that for me, we need to hold on to Ospina. He's a brilliant backup keeper. If anything happens to Petr Cech, who, remember, his Cech's knocking on a bit. You know what I mean? Even though goalkeeper's gone for a long time, you need a good backup. And Ospina's saying he wants to stay, and if he does, I think that's fantastic news. So, frustration. That's all I can say. I mean, the season starts next week. Arsenal go away on their tour at the weekend to Scandinavia. Wouldn't it be great when they, going away on that tour at some stage to announce that people are happy to announce that we signed Lacazette, or Mahrez has got a medical on Monday. Wouldn't that be great news just ahead of the new season to give us a lift? Let's hope something like that happens. Thanks for watching the show, and don't forget, we'll be back right about the same time tomorrow.